Vasu, lecturer in Commerce, Government Degree College, IQT of Kadapa. And I pursued my PhD, part-time PhD which we pursued in SP University. PhD topic is predictive labor market in India. To be at the stage of 90% is global, only 10% is there. I have aged about 54 years. There are 5-star hotels, 2, that is, one is this one, and 4-star hotels are 2, 3-star hotels are 15, 2-star hotels are 30, and 1-star hotels are 6, and many other hotels are there. In my topic, I presented total quality management, previous empirical studies, overview, review of literature, research objectives, research methodology, few factors, successful factors of the in present study, data interpretation, results and discussion, conclusions and suggestions. An integrated effect designed to improve quality performance at every level of organization. Although PPM is proven approach for success in manufacturing, services and public sector, several organizations failed in their campaigns because of many reasons like lack of top management commitment, ignoring especially customers or consumers. Application of services, tangible factors, consistency, responsiveness to customer needs, courtesy, timeliness, atmosphere. Then, previous empirical studies that is, it is revealed that demand for better quality products, increasing with the improvement of quality results in the industry supports to adopt international and proven movement system in their operation business, say by 2004. These studies are characterized basing on the TQM, that is total quality management, examining the issues in the implementation of investing the link between TQM factors and performance. Next. The hotel industry has become very popular among all, that is catering food, drink and shelter to its employees with better remuneration to them. Here, all the employees in the hotel industry, they have better remuneration which is equal to their food, drink and shelter. That must be one of the main things to serve the labor in the hotel industry. This paper makes an attempt, a comparative practice in Tirupati hotel industry of surveying success factors, critical success factors. Though TQM is outdated, organization competitive advantage through improved quality and statistics. Indian Standard Organization 9000 series of quality standards indicates the relevance of quality management to companies competing in the global market. The change has been describing as moving the standard away from the technical practical tools towards a management tool. It is based on 8 principles, that is customer attention, leadership, involvement of people, process approach, systems approach to management, continuous improvement, actual approach to decision making, and mutually beneficial supplier relationships. Here, one question is, what makes quality management work? That is important. That is in ISO 9000 certification. The aim is to better understand the relative impact of various obstacles on effective transformation, which is useful to the organization implementing TQM, but also to those trying to sustain quality management. TQM, a managing organization improves the product quality according to studies. TQM initiatives fail between 60 to 80%. It is found that a good deal of organizations have faced hardships in implementing TQM. There is TQM fraternity has suggested 7 reasons for their failure. That is less management commitment, improper management commitment, lack of supporting infrastructure for cultural change, fear of change, deficiency in synergy between quality improvement programs and overall business strategy, inefficient leadership, no focus on the process, wrong interpretation and threats of rewards and recognition, concerning more short-term business returns rather than long-term business sustainability. There are 7 core dimensions of TQM, which is headed by Sabka Bira in 1994 and 1995, that is top management support, quality information, process management, product design, workforce management, supplier involvement and customer involvement. Research objectives is the study of hotel managers in Tirupati hotel industry, and the study hotel managers or proprietors in Tirupati town is surveyed by using 25 items research scale that concludes item dealing with the employee empowerment, resistance to change, employee rate, training, resources, strategic planning and customer focus. This scale also includes some additional items on benchmarking, joint planning with suppliers and management compensation. The factor analysis akin to previous research is to empirically derive problems to TQM. The data is used to examine the relationship between obstacles and several different measures of the pursued success or failure of TQM, in which 6 can be considered potential outcomes of failed TQM. To be addressed in the study, what obstacles are associated with managing the quality transformation pursued as a real barriers to TQM success? How do these obstacles relate to specific outcomes that measure the pursued success or failure of ppm wafers. Research methodology is consisted of two sections, that is, one is respondent demographic characteristics, age of respondent, education level, occupation and place of origin, economic variables, that is family income and expenditure incurred in the hotel proprietors. These are the first set of independent variables of the study. In section B, we take 7-point scale rating extremely dissatisfied to extremely satisfied.
This company is existing in almost 166 locations in India, existing in almost 100 cities. Apart from India, it is existing in 7 countries. Next. I have taken up this particular study, the research methodology. Here, the forex market is mainly traded by large banks, financial institutions, currency speculators, international corporates, travelers, tourists, foreign exchange services, then prepaid cards, travel insurance and all these things. Basically, forex market is global, decentralized financial market for the exchange of currencies. So the need for the study, the main need of the study is to know the customers of Thomas Cook India Limited, whether they are satisfied the services or not, just to know this particular study has been taken up. Any business, customer is the God. If you don't fulfill his perceptions or his requirements, his expectations, you cannot exist for a long time. So the need of the hour, particularly here, is to understand their perceptions, to what extent they are capable of satisfying the needs of the customers. So to suggest suitable measures to improve the satisfaction levels of the customers and to know the perceptions of competitors of the company. These are the 4 objectives I have taken up in my study. The scope, of course, the scope of the study is very limited. I have taken up this only confined to Tirupati only, just for a period of 2 months, and limited. The sample size is only 100. It is a minor contribution to the company as it is only restricted to this particular region. Next. Data sources, primary data through structured questionnaire, and secondary data it is compiled through books, magazines and newspapers and also internet. The samples are sampling unique. The respondents are travelers, money transfers, bankers and students of Tirupati. What I took, travelers flag, which majorly focus on how many are traveling abroad, what kind of currency they are using and what first strikes to their mind, and which country currency universally accepted. Coming to the students block, focused on how many students are willing to go abroad, which country they prefer dominantly, what is the source of payment for making fees payment, and what factors they consider joining university. These sort of factors taken from my study. And coming to the bankers block, what percentage of loans given to the overseas education, and which kind of mode is safe method for transfer of money. Sample size, the sample size of 100 was taken in order to carry my study.
Working as assistant associate professor in JNTU, Hindupur. At the same time, I am a research scholar at JNTU, Anandapur. So my topic, my title of the paper is
between 5 lakh to 45 lakh per annum. 44% earn profit between 10 to 15%, and during the year 2007 to 10, 48% earn profit between 5 to 10%, and during 11 to 13, 48% earn profit between 10 to 15% per annum. Now, the business practices adopted before the entry of the organized retailers. The study revealed that they adopted various business practices to facilitate the retailer to establish, operate and grow his enterprise, but emphasis to perform these was to create value for the customers. At the same time, the enterprise should earn profits. The majority of them are conveniently located, they are convenient operating hours and they're easily accessible to customers. Their product assortment included staples, soaps, detergents, etc. They offered credit facility to only regular customers, home delivery to few customers, and tried to maintain cordial relationships. Third finding, evaluation of service innovation that create value. It's been studied under three major business practices: customer services, adoption of technology, and human resource practices used. First one, customer services. Explains the percentage extent of change which the unorganized retailers have done. For customers, they have increased the home delivery reach by 26%. They try to maintain good relations with their customers. Started accepting vouchers and coupons, still a very small percent, a mere 6%. Accepting telephone orders, again only a small 6%. Attractive display, not giving much importance, only 5%. Offering local products, 5%. Prices reasonable, 4.9%. Variety is also 4.6%. Replacing damaged goods, 3.94%. Providing self-service, 3.5%. Offering branded products, 3.5%. Convenience store layout, 2.25%. Therefore, the T-test values and the SIG values show that the changes are significant, thus the null hypothesis was rejected. Adoption of technology, acceptance of debit cards and credit cards, 42%, use of electronic weighing machine, 41%. Then mechanized billing, 35%, computerized recording of cash and credit, 33%, use of accounting software, 26%, and installing inventory control, 25%. Again here, under the T-test value, the SIG value shows that the changes are significant and thus null hypothesis rejected. Next findings, the human resource practices used. Again, change within providing training to employees, 23%. Employing qualified staff, 18%, allowing employees to take decisions, 15%, fair division of salaries, 12.5%, assessing performance of employees, 12%, reward and discipline system, 11%. Again here, the T-test values and the SIG values show that the changes are significant. Again, the null hypothesis has been rejected. So therefore, the suggestions, technology such as WhatsApp, email can be used by the small retailers to take orders. They can start adopting inventory control software. Customer service, increase in area of home delivery. Now they are offering to very people located close to their store. So they can increase the reach of providing home delivery, taking more orders through telephone, and regular feedback of customers should be done on a regular basis so that they will be able to know if customers are unhappy about anything to improve the levels of satisfaction. They have adopted innovative services, management strategies, which has resulted in creation of customer value. Thank you everyone.
Ma'am, thank you so much for your in-time. Thank you so much. Questions will...
We are from Shri Krishna Arts and Science College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. And we are Asif, Deepak, Praveen and myself Hari here to present you the topic of rural and now we discuss about the interests of agriculture and rural marketing. The importance of development of domestic sectors is not to earn rural income but to create a domestic market for the rural goods and services. And our study is to eradicate the technical problems associated with rural marketing. Introduction. Let us see about the rural marketing. Rural marketing have acquired a vital role in overall growth of Indian economy. Rural market is different from other markets. That is, rural market is nothing but it is a small market which we can start our business without any mutual investment. Rural marketing is planning and implementing market functions for rural areas. Rural market has divided into two different types. We all know that. First one is urban and second one is rural. Rural consumers are brand loyal. and approximately 75% of Indian population lives in village. So India is mostly depends upon agriculture and rural market. Now my friend Praveen will continue to the next slide. Thank you.
Distribution pattern of foods in rural population. It is classified into three types: urban to rural, rural to urban, and rural to rural. Urban to rural is nothing but rural people is depending on urban companies. Automobiles and FMCG products are the examples of this. Rural to urban. The urban people are depending on the rural farmers. Agriculture products and poultry are the examples. Rural to rural. Some products are available in particular place like Shivaji tractors and Tirunelveli alwas are some of the examples of this.
Questions? So these questions are liquor questions. Data collection through the primary and secondary data. Next. So statistical analysis. So I have taken the weightages for my questionnaires, the responses, bank account holders, public and private sector banks. Then I have used the t-test and zip test. Next. Limitations of my studies. So research studies, this nature could be carried out with any limitations. Then the limitations are common for all the research. So already we discussed the limitations for the researchers in this program. So finding and conclusions of my study. So to evaluate advertisement impact of education loans, for the first one, so I have selected different media, that is print, electronic, outdoor, word of mouth. So print, it has impact on all modes of advertisement intensity is established for all the demographic factors. Electronic, moderate impact of all modes, the digital modes are with low intensity is established for all demographic factors. Outdoor, moderate impact of all modes of advertisement intensity is established for all demographic factors. Then word of mouth, high impact of all modes of advertisement intensity is established for all demographic factors. Then coming to my conclusion or suggestions, to evaluate all advertisement impact for education loan accounts. So that is paid. Study includes continuous of existing advertisement practices for all demographic factors. Electronic, the study includes continuous for existing advertisement policies with increased emphasis on digital goals for all demographic factors. Outdoor media, study includes continuation of existing advertisement practices for all the demographic factors. So what are study concludes continuation of existing advertisement policies for all the demographic factors. Thank you.
The Indian economy, the topic that was is women entrepreneurship towards inclusive growth, role of economic actors. The Indian economy is recognized as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. This is reflected in the real GDP growth rates. Despite the global slowdown, the Indian economy has achieved growth rates which are higher than the economies in the world. But the macroeconomic indicators, per capita income, employment opportunities and poverty ratio reveal a grim picture of the economic and social fabric of the economy. The GDP per capita is amongst the lowest in the world, the unemployment rates are pretty high, and the poverty headcount ratio is also high. Slide shows the paradox of growth. Though we talk about India as the richest in the world, a destination for investment, etc., we still see that there is a large gap between the rich and the poor, and that is reflected in the low per capita income and unemployment rate. We are very low down in our Human Development Index and in our to achieve inclusive growth, these macroeconomic parameters need to change. Therefore, the 12th plan focuses on inclusive growth and sustainable growth, which can be achieved through development of women or empowerment of women through women entrepreneurship. This slide shows the status of women in India. In women are almost 50% of the entire population, but the work participation rate is very poor. Now, women entrepreneurship, which is still in the recent initial stages, is a solution to creating employment opportunities for women and for others too. Therefore, women entrepreneurship is a viable solution to improve the female work participation rate. Now, women entrepreneurship is unique in one way, that is, it not only provides self-employment but also provides employment to others. This can lead to economic empowerment and further lead to financial inclusion, social inclusion, and therefore inclusive growth. Research studies show that women entrepreneurship is there amongst lots of women, but the size of businesses are very small, leading to low profits, low investment, and therefore small size of business, which is difficult to sustain, and therefore survival and growth of businesses of women entrepreneurship has become difficult. And therefore there is a problem in contribution of women entrepreneurship towards economic empowerment of women and economic inclusion, and therefore inclusion. Research, review of literature also shows the challenges which women entrepreneurship are facing, mainly the startup problem of finance, credit, lack of financial experience, lack of technical knowledge, and lack of education too, leading to these pain problems.
Now when you observe here, it was justified that SHG Bank Linkage Model 1 was a very important tool or a mechanism delivering microcredit to women entrepreneurs to carry on entrepreneurial ventures. The various microfinance schemes were the Gramin Udyog Khati Yojana, Swami Jayati Gramin Abhivriti Yojana, and here these two microfinance programs provide microcredit for house construction, provision of drinking water, there is house facility and community sanitation, but the other three, that is the Kaushalya Yojana, Udyogini and Money Bedroom, provide disperse microcredit to actually encourage women to take up income generating activities, and they also organize capacity building training programs. The entrepreneurial activities were housed under two different categories. There was a farm-related activity and a non-farm-related activity. And it was observed that these entrepreneurial activities brought in a substantial income to the rural households, alleviating poverty and bringing the social and economic transformations in the Bangalore rural district. Coming to the second finding, there are 9 key deliverables identified. Now we look at the first deliverable, that is the access. Microcredit provides rural credit, encouraging rural women to take up entrepreneurial activities. When we talk about the delivery, it executes a planned approach, where you have an approach which is very systematic in delivering the action schemes. And then we are coming on to the next one is the innovation. It initiates innovative schemes, that is microfinance schemes, and they also expand the outreach of microfinance services. Information, it applies improved data, which is actually supported by facts, which will benefit the service providers, the beneficiaries, and the regulators. When we talk about protection, it protects the interest of the rural women entrepreneurs through the regulations. And then when we talk about the empowerment, it develops financial literacy and economic capability of rural women entrepreneurs. And when we talk about collaboration, it brings an institutional background with an outline of accountability and coordination. And then when we talk about management, it develops an obligation of financial inclusion to achieve poverty alleviation. And when we talk about the framework, it provides a regulatory framework to achieve rural women entrepreneurship towards inclusive growth.
Professors, lecturers, and students of the various colleges across the country, and all the participants of the today international conference. Very good afternoon to everybody. Myself, Rajendra Prasad, research scholar, Department of Management Studies, ST University, Tirupati. So now I would like to give a presentation on a research topic, that is customer satisfaction and housing finance practices. So, customer satisfaction is one of the important paramount element in today's business competitive world. So the customer satisfaction is a important element not only to run the business but also to retain and maintain brand loyalty, as well as to become number one position in the business world. So in order to make retention of the customer as well as improve the business as well as maximizing the shareholders' wealth, the only thing is the organization has to maintain quality in delivering the service to the customers. Banking sector. So the banking sector which serves the financial needs in various aspects to the customers. So the main objective of my study is deals with the customer satisfaction and housing finance practices. So in India, housing finance market is playing with many players, that is all sizes and nature. So due to decrease in the rates of interest has become more or less similar among all types of housing finance institutions. So nowadays the major element in housing finance practices by all the institutions. But nowadays the rate of interest is not at all important. But thing is how well the institutions are delivering the better service to the customers is most important. So that is why the quality of service, the customer satisfaction entirely influencing by the quality of service, and it's a competitive world. So the customer satisfaction in order to make differentiate from competitors, especially housing finance company from other in this situation, they have to concentrate on only the quality of service.
The reason why I asked this question is that for variables of the price package, so what kind of variables does it take in trying to add value?
No, we get only for the factors that are factors. These are the factors for buying period. So I given a question like you towards the package.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So when variables take this kind of value, the most appropriate regression is logistic regression, because logic is a variable which takes this kind of 0 and 1 kind of value. Okay, so you have multiple such variables.
Right? Nobel for peace. Who's a person? Chiranjeevi guys, cinema. This data is like fast. Unless the strategy, first thing is to get a peace Nobel Peace Award, right? So after working with lessons, I am only standing in front of you. So let me quickly wrap up this. The real track will be done by sir. Three questions to all of you. What I'm going to say, tell me is it true, false, agree, disagree. You have the choice. Everybody is saying development, grocery should develop, hotel should develop, service quality should develop. It's good, sir. Do not talk about development until and unless you are a part of the development. Do not talk about development of a country until unless you are not a part of the development of the country. Street is bad, dirty. Are you doing something with the dirt? Then talk about it. Otherwise, shut up your mouth, walk, escape. Don't be there, be a spectator. Management school is not doing great. what are you doing? Do not talk about development until and unless you are a part of you're doing something grocery, great, you can speak about it. So let's close this quickly, and we have to wind up quick. Since it's an innovation, the word innovation and innovative, right? I want to quickly ask some questions, prove the point what is innovative, right? And take the small message to whichever university, whichever college, wherever you are, and whatever I'm going to show, I'm watching in front of a medical doctor. I'm grateful that a medical doctor is here. I work closely with the CMC hospital on my research project. So let's quickly understand the word innovativeness and get out of this room for lunch. Is there which organ in the whole body, which organ is responsible for learning, studying, learning? Sure, quickly. Okay, to remember before exam which organ is responsible? Remember, organ. Is it eyes or brain or heart? Quick. Brain. Feelings. No. Feelings, heart. So many things. Okay, I talk about organ. Brain is the end of all. Learning, studying, reading. You did a PPT. Brain, yes or no? So if somebody wants to be innovative, which organ is primarily responsible? Quick. To be innovative. Innovativeness comes from thinking, yes or no? Thinking happens in brain. So everything you're saying, brain. Sir, don't take me wrong. From your first standard, I'm a Telugu medium, proud Telugu medium student in a village. Pachim Godavari Jilla, Pasimala Grammar. Till now, it doesn't come on the Google map. Now, I'm a village guy. But still what I've seen, no schools teaches about what is brain. All that we know, three things. Cerebellum, middle of the medulla. Because syllabus is there. Beyond this, don't know. But brain is responsible for learning, brain is responsible for thinking, but brain doesn't. That is where I appreciate this college. Hats off to you, sir. Hats off to your management for bringing the word innovativeness. I'll quickly close it up in a minute. If you feel this is really useful, my humble request, please spread the message. Is it clear? Okay. Now, can you please put the level of innovation? Brain. Alright? Eyes are here. Right? Cerebellum is other this. Is it the parts of brain or functions of brain? Quick. Parts of brain are, that is functions of brain. Okay.